Fieldwork is always a highlight of the MSc for our students. In our trip here in Cape Town, I think what is quite apparent is how different students get inspired by different experiences. So for some who are slightly more technically inclined, they have enjoyed the visits that are more focused on technology, the ones at a data center, for example, or really hardcore IT companies. And then for another group who are more managerial, for those, they enjoy the business, the organization side, the people side more. For example, the social enterprises that people are launching new businesses and entrepreneurship kind of things. We've been extremely privileged to link with some of the top-notch influential organizations in the Western Cape and in Cape Town.
I'm here in Cape Town with a group of students which study MIS, which is Management Information Systems, and ICT4D, which is Information Technology for Development. We're now on the last day of the trip. The students seem to have really enjoyed themselves. They've got to see some great initiatives and visit different NGOs. The general feedback that we're getting is really, really good. It's really nice to see the students engaging with these communities and actually speaking to people that are living what they're studying, so they actually see it in practice, which is great. Right now we're at Our Labs. Our Labs is a group which use social media to try and get people out of poverty, so they give people training programs on how to do things, anything from just using things like blogs and social media to helping their students to set up things such as creating web applications and app design and things like that. It's about empowering people and giving them hope so that they move themselves forward.
There's a gap between what's happening in the classroom and what students experience when they go into industry. And one of the outcomes of our fieldwork trip is to narrow that gap, to make the expectation more realistic. It's also important that we time that experience really well to not only narrow the gap when the students leave Manchester, but even while they are here at Manchester, they are learning with a more realistic view of the kind of environments where they'll find themselves in after they finish their studies.
We are seeing how they're using these spaces to educate and empower the local community with ICTs. And it's been great to see how they are sort of growing slowly but surely and expanding and developing apps and really interesting programs to help the local community.
Like, we met so many organizations. I was pretty much inspired by Our Labs. They were so inspiring when they were talking about how they're trying to help and give back to the community. And that was pretty much like amazing. So I've enjoyed South Africa.
Before we came out from the field trip, I was really skeptical. I didn't know what to expect when I came out here, but as we've got here, it's been very educative. We've been having a lot of fun too, but we've learned a lot. There's been lectures on data, on the community. We met some city councillors. They put us through on the condition in Cape Town and how they run things here. It has just been a wonderful experience all around, yeah.
I think fieldwork has a sort of two-tier sort of advantage for the students. The main one is they get to come out and they experience what they're learning in the classroom. So when they're going through all of their different areas and they're looking at things and sort of they're getting all of their sort of information coming in, they actually get to come out and see that in practice and be able to go, now I understand, now this case study that we're looking at makes sense and I can see how it's impacting on a community. It also has the added advantage of a lot of these students will spend short periods of time with each other because they'll be doing different programs and different pathways. So it gives them a chance to come together and actually get to know each other and build friendships and relationships which then take them forward. Students that came here 2 years ago are still really well connected on Facebook, they're still chatting, and one of the things that they said to me was, when at the end of that trip, was we met at the airport and I saw people I'd met twice before in the whole of my terms in the university, and now they're my best friend. You know, we're really close, and to see those friendships last and grow and for people to share ideas is brilliant. I love seeing the students come out of themselves in that way.